Okay, today we're going to talk about chapter 7.5, which is going to go with our chapter 4 because it's about scale drawings. And scale drawings are the same thing as ratios or proportion using proportions. So you're going to take this page and obviously we cut on the bold and we fold on the dotted. So the big thing you want to do first is just do that. Scale factor is going to be pretty much the same thing as setting up proportions, one using the scale and one using the actual numbers and setting them equal to each other to solve for the variable that you don't know. So your title page is Scale Drawings and Triangles. It's going to be 3 big sections you cut out and then you'll glue them on. On this one here, you'll notice under these rules there's a bold tabs, so you are going to fold or cut in here and you're just going to glue behind here and put that there. And then on here you're just going to go ahead and cut each one of these sections out so they can be flippy books. And you'll notice this big gray part says to glue, so I'm going to put the glue here and these are actually going to fold in this way, if you would, because we're going to need to draw some stuff on the white surface, so, and kind of keep it together. So then we're going to get out our glue. If you need to pause this at any time, because I've cut faster than you, pause it to wait till you have that piece done so that we can take our notes. This barely fits in the page unless you really put everything up tight to the top. So that's what I want you to do. I'm grabbing some glue really quick. And there's my title, Scale Drawings and Triangles. Underneath this, we're just going to do the back side of the triangle piece so the other piece will flip up. We'll take notes under there in just a moment. And then just back here where it says glue, on that's gray, that's where you're putting the glue. And then that's going to go in here with all of these flipping in. Okay, so basically a scale drawing, and this happens to just be triangles, but can be any shape. The first rule of thumb that you're going to write underneath of the rule thing, and again you can use any kind of color that you want, but the triangle or the shape has to be the same size and different side lengths. Same shape, I'm sorry. Same shape, but different side lengths. That's what's going to make them be a scale drawing. So this triangle can be a scale drawing when we want it to be of 2. I'll explain that in just a minute. Your scale drawing would be, the side would be equal to 10, this one would be equal to 8, and this one would be equal to 6 because it's going to be in proportion. So when you're in proportion, we always multiply. Rule 2, underneath Rule 2, you're going to have to write kind of small because we've got to fit quite a bit here. You're going to write corresponding sides. So that means the side that's in the same spot on one triangle versus another. So corresponding sides are proportional to a given scale factor. So because they gave me the scale factor of 2, I would remake this triangle to be 6 because this one's a scale 3, so this side will be 6. This side would be 8 because it's in the same spot as this one, because corresponding is the same spot. So this one here is the same spot here. That one will be 10 because they're corresponding. This corresponds to this. It's actually called a hypotenuse. This corresponds to this. And this corresponds to this. So when you got a scale factor of 2, everything is multiplied by 2. Okay? So that's your second rule. Your third rule is that corresponding angles are congruent. So the angles would still be the same size. This angle would be congruent to this angle. This angle with 2 lines will be congruent to this one, and those two would be congruent because they're 90 degrees. So corresponding angles, which means the same spot angles, corresponding angles. I can just make a little angle and put an S in it that represents angles. And then you can put are congruent, which means they are the same size, same scale. Okay, so then what I'm talking about for scale factor and triangle, if this is my scale factor of 1/3 and this is my original triangle, my new one is going to be 1/3 of that. So if you think about 15 and 1/3 of 15, my new triangle is going to be of the same size and shape. So I'm still going to have a line coming down like this. I'm going to have a line coming down like this. And I'm going to have a line like this. It's going to make a very similar triangle, but it's going to be 1/3 of it. So 15, 1/3 of it is 5. So that becomes a 5. 1/3 of 9 is a 3. And 1/3 of 12 is a 4. So this triangle would be drawn much smaller than this one if you actually had a ruler where you're using centimeters or inches, but the numbers correspond by 1/3. Okay, so your job is to make this one. This is going to be a scale factor of 2, so all of these numbers should be doubled, and you should draw and write the numbers in. This one should be halved, and this one should be by 4. So I want you to do the last 3 by yourself and then check with my book as you finish. Good luck.